we're doing a Q&A, and I just wanted to do something special for 100 plus special. Basically, is what it is. It's like a part 2 of my first special, which was a short animation from AJR. Yeah. So, my first question for today was, what's the inspiration behind your persona? Well, I always loved All Dogs Go to Heaven, right? My favorite movie. Well, Charlie Barkin has always been my favorite character, and he kind of had like that little like spice to his personality, you know? And his spice to his personality was like, I just really liked, and it was kind of how I felt I wanted to be. And I didn't really know how to do that. And so I kind of made my own twist on Charlie and made Jack. Yeah, that's really all there is to it. Question number 2. Why did you choose to become a YouTuber? Well, I have always wanted to be able to make entertaining content and be able to make other people laugh and spread some little bit of joy, and also like positivity and a little bit of like just a little bit of sparkle out there, you know? And I wanted to be able to show other people my creations of like these, like my creations, like most of my artwork anyway. Really wanted to just show that stuff out there, you know? By showing that kind of stuff, I like to be able to spread what I make to other people, because if I wasn't able to do that through YouTube, I don't know where else I could do it. That was in my reach anyway, because, yeah, but it's just makes it easier to reach y'all guys, I guess. Question number 3. Sorry, I forgot that. Yes?
Living room. What are you doing?
I'm doing a Q&A.
Oh, you're online?
I'm recording right now for a video. But yeah.
Okay. Living room's all yours.
Okay, I'll do that here in a bit. Alright. Sorry. What keeps you motivated as a creator? Y'all guys. Y'all do. Y'all keep me motivated to make more content. And if I didn't really have a way to make content, I still would really just try to keep creating. And to keep me motivated is really all the positive feedback you get, you know? You get a lot of positive feedback, you get all your fans. It's nice to see that you give some positive light to a lot of people, and there's not a lot of ways you can do that. And by bringing a positive light to a little bit of the community too, helps other people. And question number 4, I think. Why did you design your character the way you did? Well, he has gray, well, you can't really see it right now because he's not finished, of course, but he has gray eye bags that go all the way around, like gray markings. I am always tired, and I know that sounds weird coming from a teenager, you know, like, we're always tired, but like, I have an autoimmune disorder, and it makes it where I'm always tired because my body's attacking itself, and it's called Hashimoto's for anybody who's interested in looking it up, I guess. But my body attacks itself with the thyroid, which it changes like my levels of like being happy and down, like changes it quite frequently, They thought I was bipolar at first, but it's not really that. But it was just because I had an autoimmune disorder that made it where I'm constantly tired. And for me being constantly tired, that makes it harder for me to like get stuff done a lot easier and get through the day powered easy. I have to have some sort of motivation, and a lot of my motivation comes from creating things. So yeah, that's his design around his eyes. That's what that means. And the white around his muzzle that goes all the way down in his back is because I act like an old person. I really do. I act like an old person. I like hanging out with older people. I don't really get along with a lot of people my age. So I just tend to hang out with older people because I like older people. I like hearing their knowledge. I like hearing what they've gone through, and it's just a lot more appealing to me than a lot of other people. Yeah, and the rest of him is just kind of based off my dad's little attack dog. Yeah. Why did you make your suit? Well, I made my suit because, for one, it's a lot cheaper. A lot cheaper. If it wasn't, because I don't really have the budget to spend thousands of dollars on a professional maker. And I've always wanted to try suit making. My first attempt was not that good, and it wasn't made with the proper materials, so of course it wasn't going to turn out that good, but it's just, for one, a lot cheaper, and honestly kind of funner in my opinion, but to each their own, you know. Should other people make their own suits too? Yes, I would advise that some people should make their own suits, because if a lot of people consider creating their own suits, then it gives them, like, I know there's some people who just can't. They're just not good at it, and they can't do it. Well, that's okay. You can still support other creators, you know? You can support other fursuit makers, and it helps you with that. It helps support our community through buying suits. And by some people, if you do decide to make your own suit, for one, it's a lot cheaper on your hand, and it also gives you a little gives you a little bit more of an appreciation of how much hard work goes into them. Question number, I'm going to say 6, I don't know. Yeah, no. Question number 7, actually, I'm sorry. What were difficulties in making my suit? Well, difficulties with making my suit was the most hardest part for me was possibly the eyes. Everything else has kind of seemed a little bit easier through on here, but I'm ordering new eyes because the foam ones kind of make it a little wonky on me. But the eyes are really hard to make because you have to measure them out, and it's really hard to get them even on both sides. So if you see my white eye is a little bit bigger than the other ones because I had to do a lot of recarving, so it's a little harder. But everybody has their own strengths and difficulties in making things, so that's how that works for me. Question number 8, I think. I'll try. Why their name? Well, Jack is just kind of a name that kind of stuck with me. A lot of my friends in 4th and 5th grade, we were all fanatics of Jacksepticeye and Markiplier, big names. Well, they always referred to me as Mark and one of my good friends as Jack. And it kind of, as we kind of developed into our own ways, as we got older, we saw that it was kind of flip-flopped, but with a little bit of personality of each, and I saw that Jack was just kind of like a nice name, kind of had a nice little ring to it, and my dad's old attack dog was also named Jack, and I loved seeing pictures of Jack on the wall because that just kind of nice to see, and hearing stories of Dad's old dog, he just kind of stuck, you know. Question number 9, I think. I'm not really keeping track anymore. Would you go to a convention and why? I would go to a convention. I really want to go to either Midwest Fur Fest or what the heck is it called? Anthrocon. Anthrocon or Midwest Fur Fest. I really want to go to one. I just don't have money for it. I just don't really have a way of getting there and back. With my money, I wouldn't be able to afford it. Especially since I can't really do anything right now anyway. But I'm definitely saving up to be able to go to one of those. Question number 10, I think. Is it okay to wear a fursuit to a comic/anime convention? That's kind of your own choice. And that would, I mean, yes, it is okay to wear it as long as you're not like, I guess like, trying to turn it into a fur convention. But I mean, yes, it is okay because you're still technically art cosplaying as your own character. But just beware because some cosplayers would get annoyed by it, but to each their own. Yeah, so beware. Question number 12, I don't know. How did I become a furry? Well, let's see. There's a lot of ways I can answer this question. I've always had an interest in animals, and I've always had a fascination with werewolves. And I love the Twilight series. I still do. I don't know why I said loved, but I like the Twilight series. And a lot of the Twilight series consists of mainly vampires, but there's also that aspect of werewolves, which is not really the traditional werewolf. It's more of like a human just turning into a giant wolf. So, but I really liked that aspect to it. And I would look up cartoon animals of how to draw them because I like mainly a cartoony style. That's usually what I am revolved around, is a toony style, because I really enjoy doing that. Realism is kind of hard for me, so I do mainly cartoons because I really want to do something with that one day, so I just like cartoons. And watching that, my mother showed me the movie All Dogs Go to Heaven, so that's where I found anthropomorphic animals, and I liked it.